Gawain's story about the Hightower view had to be Jon Connington inspired, right? Yes. The implication that he's gay for Cole, wanted to show him his beautiful land. I mean, I do think it was inspired, but there's so many little things that you're just like, yeah, we get it, Ryan Condal. You read the books. I got it. Okay, we got your Cyvasse, and though they didn't, their Cyvasse is not. You're supposed to have a screen, and then you're supposed to set up the pieces behind the screen. Did they do? I don't know if they do that, but well, I mean, it's all different from the show. Like Cyvasse just made it to Dorne in A Feast for Crows. It was like a new thing, you know. They're playing it like it's been in Westeros for centuries. It was like a new game that had just arrived. So, but
that's an interesting thing you're pointing out about like Condal. We get it, Condal. You've read the books. Do you think he actually goes on Twitter, reads these messages and comments of people saying, "Bro, read the books, follow the books"? You know,
no. I mean, I don't think to any. I mean, look, we're all in front of the internet, so like obviously, some people he might do some random checks here and there, but he's probably super busy. I don't think he, you know, is trolling Reddit posts, but I mean, it's obviously enough that he knew that. I think he knew about Lemongate. You know, maybe he's going to read.
Let me get this straight. Hold on. Let me get this straight. He's not reading comments, as everyone surely does. He's not reading comments, but he's watching your theory videos on Lemongate.
No, but Lemongate goes beyond my fucking theory video. I didn't come up with Lemongate. I didn't even name.
I know you
Lemongate.
didn't come up with it, but you popularized it. Come on.
Maybe. I mean, but I don't think he knows it's from me. You know, there's a lot of fucking things out there that like, that people popularize and they don't know. People don't really realize where it comes from. You know, but
by the way, you need to take the reason I'm bringing this up is because he doesn't know it's from you. I don't know. Maybe we might see like a tall, bald man appearing. Because the fandom, your community specifically, especially on your subreddit, every single bald, tall character in any movie or show, it's a Preston cameo. You need to see. But no. Do you think there are people who are really pushing this Ryan Condal versus George feud? And I've covered it consistently. Do you think the whole Feast for Traitors thing might be a Condal lashing out at George? Using the title of his fourth book, because I can see people start saying that, and in fact,
no. Well, first of all, that's another book reference. Like, obviously, he's just throwing in book references. Yes, I think he was he was taking this shit from Jon Con. Yes, I think he was there. Like I say, like throwing in Cyvasse and throwing in the Sons of the Harpy and throwing in all of these things, like the young Griff storyline with the changing of the hair. The Sunfire falling from the tower and going into a coma, like you know, it's like obviously all of this shit is from the books, and he's thinking about that when he's throwing it in, when he's peppering everything.
I mean, there's a guy in the sense where who said he's not a book reader? Of course he is.
Yeah, I mean. There was a bunch of other ones too that I caught and then I forgot. I immediately forgot them. But he had peppered the episode with a bunch.
We talked about it for episode 4 podcast, the Balon Swan skull thing.
Yeah, the Balon Swan skull thing. But I'm talking like just in this episode, there's a couple more. But yeah, the Balon Swan and Sunspear. Yeah.
That's such a funny. Because people have thrown this insult at you multiple times, at me, at like Lightus and Alt Shift X and stuff. Like, you guys should read the books for once. It's like, what? Like, that's such a weird insult to throw at like Game of Thrones YouTubers, and then like you scramble to be like, I have read the book. You see, in chapter 7, paragraph 5, this happens. So I could kind of see Ryan Condal doing that. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking.
I mean, you are right that like. Ryan Condal's obviously read the books. He's probably read the books, 10 times. Okay. He knows the shit. He knows what happened in it. Whether you disagree with his changes, that's another question. But
Ryan
Um,
Condal read the book like 10 times, but he goes against everything George believes in when it comes to fate with in season 2, episode
just
8.
because you read something 10 times doesn't mean you necessarily understand it. There's some interesting comments about, like, I've read about, like, so it's brought up that, like, Stephen Miller's favorite show was Star Trek. And you're like, when you think about thematically what Star Trek represents, and it is the exact opposite of what Stephen Miller believes, right? Like,
Wait.
like,
Stephen
like,
Miller, the guy, the racist in the Trump administration who's behind all like the ICE bullshit, that's Stephen Miller?
yeah. No,
His
I
favorite
don't mean
show?
like Stephen Miller, like, woo, take the money and run. No, I mean like Steve, like,
Stephen Miller's favorite show is Star Trek? Are you fucking kidding? Jesus Christ.
I'm not fucking shitting you. Um,
By the way, for those of you who don't know Stephen Miller, I envy you. For those of you who don't know Stephen Miller, real quick, let me just catch you up to date. Stephen Miller only took a job in the Trump administration because his hands were too weak to strangle prostitutes. That's the only reason why he's in. Oh my God. Where the fuck did you find that? Holy shit. This is. Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here.
right, right,
You
right.
Gemini, you AI'd that. That's not real.
No, no, that's legit. Now,
Stephen Miller. What the fuck? Oh my
he,
God.
right, but like, just because you read something, you know, and like it doesn't necessarily mean you really understand it or agree with it thematically. Um, there's a lot of these people, like all right wingers that are super into A Song of Ice and Fire, or any right winger that would be into Star Trek. You know, like the how, like you sit back and you're like, how do you enjoy this? How do you not think about the themes? Well, it's just like that's not that they care. They like the aesthetics. They like it on a very shallow level. They don't really get it. Like, he's liking Star Trek because it's spaceships that occasionally shoot photon torpedoes, and it's colorful and whatever. And the heroes are sometimes fighting evil people, and these are the very simple kind of things are what they're relating to, and they're not really getting the thematic elements. Like, Star Trek is about communism, like how humanity's future is utopian and communist, and it involves, you know, infinite diversity, um, and exploration and the pursuit of knowledge. And you're like, oh God, like they're not fucking getting it, but
Preston, please stop talking about politics in our political dragon show. Please
I
stop talking
know,
politics.
right?